And good morning. This is Ralph with what's going to be a much longer sample tarot reading video today. Today I am answering a question: what can I do to improve my business? This is based on a real question that I got from an actual client. I'm not going to mention the client's name, but I used this spread. It worked out so well that I'm going to start using this for my main go-to tarot reading spread. But this is a 21 card Romani Tarot Spread here, and you've got 7 cards. 3 rows of 7 cards, or you can read them by the columns. You can read it by row here, with the top row of 7 being the past of the situation, the middle row being the present, and the bottom row being the future. Or you can read by columns, with the first column being the self, second one the environment, hopes and dreams, so on and so forth. What I'm going to do in this reading here is I'm going to read by columns, because that's what really speaks to me in this question. So, to get started with the reading for today. And yeah, wow, we're trying to crowd a lot of cards into a small field here. But the question is, what can I do to improve my business? And the first row here is the self. The past of the self here has been the moon. Things not being clear recently. What we're dealing with here is a business that used to be doing very well, and over the last several months has been falling into decline. And the path forward is not really too clear. So yeah, that's in the past of the self part of the tarot spread. The present self, looking for answers, wanting to see a rebirth in the financial gains that the business used to do. What can we do to see financial gain here? And then the future, love. What is your purpose in business? Have you strayed from your roots in business? Were you once passionate about helping people, and then you got sidetracked and made it all about the money? That could be where the business began to slide, is when you stopped thinking about the welfare of your clients and of your customers, and began thinking only of the bottom line, the almighty dollar. So that's the self column, telling us a little bit about the client here, what problems the client is having, and maybe where those problems originated with. Now, the second column here, starting with the Page of Pentacles, that is the environment. And the environment here, okay, we're worried about money. We're wanting to see what we can do to advance forward. The present of the environment situation here, the Knight of Pentacles, wanting to move forward financially, wanting to find a way. Again, you've been studying ways to move forward. Now you're wanting to take action. And then the future environment card, Temperance, knowing what to do and what not to do. Temperance I see as a wisdom card, knowing what to do and also knowing what not to do. So some very valuable lessons in this card. Now, hopes and dreams. Of course, we want change. We want positive change. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune here is saying. A gift from the universe, wanting luck to turn around and for things to get better in the business. But now we have a very telling card here in the hopes and dreams, death. And now we don't really think of death as being a card of hope, do we? But death can also mean change, substantial change. And if one realizes your business is not doing as well as it used to be, obviously something's got to change. If you're using strategies that are brand new and they're not bearing results, maybe it's because you're not very good at doing those strategies. You need to get better at implementing those strategies. But when you're using strategies that used to be successful for you and now they're no longer successful, suggests to me that those strategies are outdated. So I think it's time, what the death card here is saying, it's time to look at those old, outdated strategies, put them to death, change, replace them with something better. And this was really the turning point in this reading for my client. And then the last card here, the future of the hopes and dreams column, is the 10 of Cups. What we want to see, happiness, success moving forward. So yeah, that's the future. And notice in this spread here, all of the future cards, except for this one here, are happy cards. And even this one card that doesn't seem to be happy, it's actually telling us something very important about how to maintain future happiness. We'll get to that in about 4 more columns. So yeah, death, change things that are no longer working, and switch them out with things that will work. And then the known facts. Known facts, we got a devil here that we're dealing with. The devil of failure, the devil of wanting more monetary gain, and maybe this is indicating too where mindset has shifted for the worse in this business over the years. Uh, in business, what we need to be worried about, what we need to be concerned about, taking care of the needs of others. But when a business becomes successful, sometimes we can start thinking in terms of what's good for me and my bottom line and my money, my pocketbook, and the heck with the customers. And I think that's what this here is indicating. We need to shift back to a mindset of service to others rather than indulgence of oneself. And that is one possible interpretation of the devil card. You've been too worried about what you want, what you need, satisfying your desires. Start thinking again about the good of your clients and watch things turn around. And then we come to the Knight of Swords card here. Again, knights, taking action, swords, thought. What I see here is a need to shift mindset. Shift that mindset around. Start thinking about the good of your clients, the good of your customers, and then start connecting with people. Rather than the old way of thinking, which was all about money, all about money, all about money. Start thinking about the good of your clients and reaching out with love, with service, with care about your clients. And then the last card here in that column, the known facts. Happiness, that's the outcome we want. Happiness for the business, happiness for the customers, a good, happy outcome. So yeah, and it looks like that is possible. That is definitely possible. That is very richly possible here. We just have to work out one final detail. How the heck do we get there? And that's where the next row comes in, the hidden destiny, row number 5, the 3 of Cups. Happiness, celebration. This can also be seen as a card of networking. Getting out there either in small groups or one-on-one with people that you feel have a need for the service that you offer, and start connecting with them, start talking to them, not in a pushy, salesman-y type of a way or saleswoman-y type of a way, but in a friendly way, saying, okay, what needs do you have? And do I have something that might be able to help you out? And just start talking to people in a natural, calm, relaxed way. Start networking with people, again, either in small groups or one-on-one. See if they have a need for your product, your service, and then, if they do, invite them to take a look. Very simple process, but I see this as moving forwards. Communicating, not being worried about, traffic exchanges, the latest lead magnet, the latest lead generating system, but getting out there the old fashioned way, belly to belly, just talking to people. And of course, on the internet, we can be talking to lots of different people in a very easy way. I mean, it's so easy to connect with people around the world now without stacking up long distance phone charges and things like that. The internet has really leveled the playing field for so many people. We need to take advantage of it by communicating better with the people that we think might have a need for our products and services. Next card here, the present of the Hidden Destiny column here. The Knight of Wands. Creativity, putting things into action. Take creative action, talk to people, that will generate some ideas in your mind about where people are at in their thinking, what they need, and then take that information back. Get creative with it. Come up with creative videos, come up with creative Facebook posts and X posts and LinkedIn posts, and start creating content that will appeal to the people you're wanting to do business with. And then the last card here in the Hidden Destiny is the Four of Cups. Stability, emotional stability, not freaking out every time there's a drop in sales, but having a little bit of emotional maturity and stability to where you can think, okay, is this just a seasonal downturn, or do I need to be pivoting? Do I need to be making changes? Not freaking out and not being too lax either, not being too calm. Sometimes the Four of Cups can indicate that you're just content sitting under a tree and doing nothing, which is not always the best course of action in trying to expand your business. But it can also indicate that there is a need for inner calmness, and that calmness will bring clarity. You can see through clear water, you can see through calm water much better than you can through running muddy water. And this is indicating to me, calm down, keep calm, look at things rationally, and just do what you know needs to be done. So network, be creative in your content creation, and keep a calm outlook upon life as you go forward. So the Hidden Destiny, and I think the key word, the key card here is the Three of Cups. Celebrate with your clients, look for the needs that you can help your clients solve, the problems you can help your clients solve, and the needs that you can help them address, and be networking with people with that mindset, and just see how you can help others rather than how you can help yourself. And the neat thing is, once you learn how to help others, you will also be helping yourself 9 times out of 10. Just need to apply things correctly. Now, the next column here, short-term future, positive card, Queen of Pentacles. And this is a card of financial mastery. This is also a card of financial nurturing. Queens show knowledge, skill, a certain level of mastery, also shows a great level of emotional maturity and nurturing. So yeah, you're growing your business, you're growing your finances, but not by being all selfish and self-centered, but by looking out for the needs of others, seeing how you can help others, nurture others, feed others. And that's where the Queen of Pentacles comes in. Another reminder, to grow your own fortune, you have to be out there helping other people to grow their fortunes, to grow their dreams, not be all self-centered about things. King of Cups, mastery in the emotional realm. Yeah, having a kind, loving attitude and reaching out to others with that mindset. Yeah, kind, loving, again, not the devil. the King of Cups. Kind, loving attitude. What can you do to help others? And be a master at helping other people achieve their dreams. And that will help you build yours. And then the final outcome here in the near future is the Four of Wands. Stable, happy home. Firm foundation. And that's what we're struggling here to achieve in this reading for that client, is how to achieve a strong foundation. I think we've already seen the answers play out in the preceding cards. Now, the long-term future outcome. Six of Wands. Victory. Moving forward. Okay, you've got the new mindset. You're moving forward victoriously. Great conclusion here. Next card here, though, in the long-term future outcome. Moving away from past sorrows. Doing some healing. There's still some healing processes going on. What you don't want to do, you don't want to go back and revisit where your mindset used to be 1 year ago in the past. You need to change that right now and carry that change onward into the future. Continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to learn from your past mistakes, and then progress into a calmer, better, more positive future. And then the final card here, the Seven of Swords. This suggests somebody stealing your train of thought, somebody running away with your mental power, your mental emotions, maybe getting triggered. And this is a reminder here that you need to be the master of your own mind. 7 is a card of mastery. And the Seven of Swords should be standing for mastery of thought. But what's the opposite of mastery of thought? Letting other people distract us and trigger us and allowing our thoughts to run away with us. And this is a little warning here that in the future, this has probably been, I know it has been an issue in the past with this particular client. And so this is one thing you need to look out for in the future. Do some mental work. Pray. Meditate. Start each business day with a calm mind. And start your business with a clear, calm mind. And when you feel like things are starting to run away, when your thoughts are starting to get the better of you and run away with you, take a deep breath, calm down, start all over again mentally, and then go back to the task at hand. But yeah, this is going to be a long-term, ongoing struggle here of not just changing your mindset, but keeping your mind focused and not letting your thoughts run away with you. So, how long has this been so far? About a 20-minute reading. That's about what I thought it would be. So, yeah, that concludes our reading for today. What can I do to help grow my business? Well, the best thing here, don't be concerned about yourself only. Don't be only focused on the bottom line. Network with others. Help others. Strive to be helpful to others. Find out how you can better serve the needs of others. And you will start getting your customers back. In business, sometimes we shift. We start out thinking, okay, it's all about serving the needs of the customers. Customer is always right. And then we get big, we get making money, and then we think, okay, I'm a god and I am going to do what I want to do. Sometimes we just need to pivot back, go back to our first principles of serving the needs of others and getting back on a solid footing. So that's the message of this reading. Growing your business by continuing to serve the needs of others and keeping that at the forefront, not just in the beginning, but year after year after year. Am I really helping my clients live better lives? And if not, what do I have to do differently to make that happen? Okay, if you'd like to order your own reading by phone, My wife and I, we do tarot readings over the phone in English and Spanish. I do them in English. My wife does them in Spanish. You can contact us online at ralphshomebiz.com/tarot. Again, until later, this is Ralph signing out. Thank you for dropping by. We'll catch you in future updates. Until then, talk later. Bye-bye.